his big day one performance yesterday on Alistar. I'm excited to see what he can do, but it seems that G2 have this high priority on Twisted Fate. We did, of course, just see Mad Lions lock that one in, but with strong early game presence, the ability to roam, impact your side lanes, very classic caps that we normally see on G2.
Oh, definitely, and one of the issues can be trying to roam around and follow that Twisted Fate if you're SK Gaming. So what they've said is, well, we'll take Silas, we'll steal away the Destiny ourselves, and it gives Blue just that little bit more in terms of options when he tries to chase caps around the map. Alongside that, Tinks is going to lock in the Hecarim for the second time at this split. And it does mean that Gragas won't be going in the jungle, but as you said earlier, could still be flex to support.
Certainly could be. I'm not sure they really want to put the Gragas into the Thresh, though. I feel like that with the body slam being a main engagement, things like Flay and Hook, definitely a pain.
Word's still available, but obviously trying to just remove some of that extra power in the AD carry pool, and they're going to pick a powerful AD themselves. The Misfortune, we've seen this teamed up with something like a Seraphine earlier today. That is a very strong poke lane, but would be a little bit tricky into a Thresh chip.
I agree. I'm thinking more along the lines of something like a Leona, but we'll see what direction they go for. And it will be the Leona. So a very typical Misfortune Leona bot lane. Nothing too crazy, very powerful, a little difficult to play when going up against the Jhin, but with a champion like a Hecarim, it kind of goes to what Deficio was talking about on the Analyst-esque. Very typical SK, we saw this a lot from them last season as well, where you have this team fight-centric comp, relatively good scaling, offers primary utility in the form of support and top lane. And yes, we have that.
Actually, he's just going to go in for Caps. Gold card is locked, but hasn't come out yet. The stun's going to land there onto Tinks, but Tinks is chasing Caps down. And the vote is over. Who will die first? Twitch chat, you and Nostradamuses, you get it right. Caps is dead.
To the 9%, 10%, the predicted Reckless.
Are you not watching this game?
Really good gank in the mid lane for SK there. They knew that Caps had no flash. The gank was just very straightforward.
Here by Blue, Mickey's going to flash away. Abscond up, Doug doesn't land. Here's the Destiny. Blue going forward. Treats there as well as Mickey tries to get away. Curtains open. Hook's going to land onto Treats once again. Jankos joining the fray. Exhausted down onto Caps, and now here comes the play from Mickey. Jezu putting some damage down as Mickey goes down to about 100 HP. Jezu, one more auto attack isn't enough because the heal comes out from Reckless. Now Jezu forced away. He has the flash. Deadly Flourish going to land. Jankos stepping forward, but Tinks stands in the way of the shotgun and blocks the shot.
Beautiful stuff coming out from G2. Good response. As it was originally SK committing to that fight, the flash in from Treats, perhaps a little bit over-aggressive, but he wanted to try and punish Mickey's positioning. Now Jankos wants to continue this momentum. Pushing into the enemy jungle, will proc that phase rush and now will look to secure Tinks'. I don't think Tinks is going to get a red buff this game.
It's going to be interesting. Tinks will give this one up. I was wondering perhaps if Treats would want to come across because Mickey was very low HP, but Jankos with the smite will secure it. And uses the blast
sometimes see with the Hecarims, but it is largely a matter of preference, I believe. And I think that once Tinks hits that first item, once Blue hits his first item as well, then SK can start to look to be a little bit more proactive as they look for a gank on Wunder.
Knockback onto Wunder. Tinks going to try and knock him back as well with charge, and Wunder caught underneath the turret, really has nowhere to go. The Trigger Seed tries to keep him alive, but Genex will secure his first kill of the game.
Easy peasy gank coming out from SK. Tinks looking to continue his proactivity. I said he needed his item. He said, nope, I don't. Nope. Is able to pull off the combo with Genex, landing a really good ultimate onto Wunder. And he does lose his flash. But again, putting him behind. Ooh, that's a good
That's hook. A great solar flare, though. Straight onto Reckless, who has to flash away. The stun wasn't able to connect, but Mickey's almost gone down. The bullets rip through him, and Treats will secure the kill.
Very good response from SK, and now all of a sudden, they're the ones with the gold lead. They're going to use the Rift Herald bot. They will secure the first tower of the game, and what could have been a huge punish from G2 ends up getting turned around, as you rightly said, due to a good ultimate from Treats.
So top side of this, no vision for G2. Mickey lands the play. Here comes the Destiny. Solar Flare used as well, but no real engage found. Cap's going to come back in and lands the gold card. The curtains open as the curtain call is used there by Reckless. Just going to force Tinks out, who tanks a few shots. Hook alongside the stun card into the damage collateral from Jankos, able to pick up the kill.
Tinks just gets killed, and he's not even in range to do anything about it. Wunder is still farming away. They're still feeling good. No flash on Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey really has nowhere to go here. Tried to path down with Jankos, and Genex was very willing just to isolate Mickey by himself instead of looking for the double barrel.
Yeah, but of course that will start to mount over time, but I also just think that a champion like Cap's going to face check.
He is, and he's going to get caught out by Tinks. Knocked back, Jankos here as well. Onslaught of Shadows comes out, but Caps is able to escape for the moment using the Ghost. Yanko still chasing away. Graves' ult is available. Collateral damage. Good pick up there, Betty. Noticing it in the nick of time, and Mickey perhaps has noticed that he's been caught out the bottom time, ripping through him. And G2 Cloud bursts his way to victory and takes the kill on Mickey.
So another 2 quick picks coming in from SK, and they're able to just be much more proactive on the map. It feels like the G2 for now is just trying to farm, trying to scale, and SK using every opportunity they can. They're trying to get into the face of G2, move into the enemy jungle, look for these skirmishes, look for these fights, and utilize some of the power that this Hecarim does have.
Curtain call coming out. Tinks is down towards the bottom side. Play's going to land on Genex. There's the hook as well. Bullet time opens up. Yanko's down to about half HP, but Reckless is like, anything you can do, I can do better, as he opens up the curtains himself. Treats stunned. Solar player coming out. Treats locked down and taken out by Jankos. And SK really unable to find the fight they were looking for.
I think SK just didn't need to do that. You know, they had the priority in mid lane. They could have just moved into the bot river, started setting up that vision, you know, gaining control over this objective, because this should have been their priority. But instead, they've given it over. They allowed G2 to find a very easy pick, like they've done repeatedly throughout this game. And they're going to hand over.
But it's really just a C where the rest of SK are. Destiny actually, the gates come down as Genex has been locked up here by Jankos and Caps. There is a blast cone, but Caps isn't letting Genex escape too easily. This time he flashes away. Jankos autos the honey fruit. Hook lands in the mid lane as Mickey tries to catch out Tinks. Genex is able to escape down towards the mid lane tier 2. Here comes the curtain call as Rectus looks for the 4th shot. Tinks dives in, but the 4th shot doesn't even need to connect. Wunder gets his kill. And now G2 have a man advantage.
And you can see it's getting harder for SK to actually start the fights that they want. Every time they engage, it feels like that there's no easy target for them to just burst out. The kind of dive that they have with things like Tinks on the Hecarim and Treats on the Leona is just not as effective as it was earlier on into the game. And now G2 is looking for the re-engage. They've got the flank coming in from Caps, flash from Wunder.
Wunder flashes forward, and of course everyone can follow as the Q connects. The rest of the team dives on in, and this time Genex is down. Blue caught down towards the bottom side, stolen away a Daisy. Does an extra man, perhaps for SK as they try and turn it around. Wunder's down. There's a second as Mickey falls. And with the help of Daisy, the traitor for SK, G2 fall in the mid lane.
Blue turns the forest against Wunder. By stealing away Daisy, they actually get so much more utility that allows them to turn it around. And the amount of, remember that this is a champion that's designed to get in the middle of fights, sustain a lot of damage with the Zhonya's as well. He can just buy a lot of time, and huge props to Blue there, because that might have been the turnaround that SK needed. They're now starting off the Baron. Caps is alive, Jankos is alive, and Reckless is there as well. They're pushing in mid lane because this Baron is going down pretty slowly. Let's see what G2 can do to answer.
Here comes the Destiny. Treat's going to retreat off the Baron, only 8,000 HP on it. Genex on his way, Teleport coming in as well, as Wunder's going to join the fray. Mickey now has Shurelia's. Going to try and join his team as quickly as he can. Daisy has been popped by Wunder. Looks like they're just going to try and chase SK out of their own jungle. Tinks has been forced out of his jungle a few times at this game, but has still been able to keep up in terms of gold for the majority. Treat's going to try and escape here from Caps, who locks in the stun card. Treats dives back in with the Zenith play, and I'm not sure you wanted any piece of this action. Reckless takes the kill, his 2nd of the game. Still unkilled is the former Fnatic man, as continues to show that perhaps this move to G2 was a good one. There's only 2 games so far, so we'll give them the rest of the season to prove it.
Still yet to die.
Yeah.
Reckless doing a great job of protecting that KDA. Still getting involved in a lot of the fights, though. Now Daisy going to be used as a wall alongside Mickey to keep SK away from plants.
Mickey with the hooks. He's been absolutely on point. Had a blimey storm over game yesterday. Blimey isn't the word I was going for. As the bullet time comes out, Mickey forced away, but Genex once again is dead, and Reckless just forces them away with the curtain call. Baron still aggroed here, 8,000 HP on it, and SK has not really much they can do. Blue tentatively looking for a steal, but he doesn't have smite, he doesn't really have a way to get in, and now Mickey jumping forward with the Hex Splash. I love Wunder putting the bush down for him as well. It's like, you're hidden now, they don't know. The Sun card comes out once again onto Blue though. Jesu's going to try and open up onto Mickey, and look at the healing and the shielding.
Now another hook does land. Let's see if they convert this into another pick.
Cam says forward, locks the gold card, and yeah, Treats kind of chucks himself in amongst the wolves there. Not really much he can do. Jesu, that's half of his HP into the collateral damage. Jankos, you kill-stealing master. Once again, as Caps does all the work, in Jankos that gets all the glory. Genex locked in place once again, and G2 will get the double to their jungler. Just 2 Nexus towers remain, and Blue and Tinks. There's not really much you can do to defend these. G2 going to continue their winning ways here. as they take down the Nexus turrets. Blue locked up once again with the stun card. Tinks trying to get in from the side, but the root call is going to lock him in place. A great onslaught of shadows, but it's too little, too late, I'm afraid. Tinks, you're not in the regional leagues anymore. G2 going to play with their food as they force SK back onto the fountain. And although Daisy has joined the ranks, SK still cannot hold back G2. 2-0 G2 on the week with one game left to play.
Whew. Bit of a crazy game, actually. Very back and forth. The gold was pretty much dead even for the vast majority of the game. Yep. But as we were saying, it felt like that while SK were getting a lot of kills, they were actually struggling to convert it into that many objectives.